Thanks, Allison. Okay, so many of you guys may know that when Rosa Parks wasn't living here in Washington, D.C., she was obviously in Detroit, California, maybe traveling. But when she was here in D.C., she was living right here at the mansion on O Street. This is the founder, H, of the O Museum here in the mansion. H, so tell us, where exactly did she stay?
She stayed in this room. She was here approximately 10 years, which is incredible.
How did that come to be?
I got a call from someone I didn't know in Detroit that said she'd just gotten beaten up in her home. And they heard about our Heroes and Artists in Residence program. Could she come and stay here when she got out of the hospital for a few days for free, so that she could heal her spirit and her body and go back to Detroit to help the kids that have beaten her up in her home. 10 years later,
Kept coming back.
she kept on coming back. She's glorious. And
Well, she definitely had a beautiful place to stay. And you said that sometimes you would help her out when people would come to visit her, of course.
yes, she had long flowing hair, and I would braid it for her, and we would come out, and she would meet people in the room called the Mediterranean Room. Presidents of countries, prime ministers, secretaries of state, all wanted to come and see her.
Is that this room right in here?
Yes, this is the
Where would she
Mediterranean.
sit?
She would sit on the sofa with them. Sometimes she would hold their hands so her message was distinct and clear.
Gosh, is this not the coolest history lesson ever? I mean, this is so neat. Now, would she get to look at all the things that we're looking at right now, the guitars and
Guitars changed, but we would always have guitars, and it was always filled with books which she loved and
cool.
passionate about, which is one of the reasons she loved to stay here.
And you had said too that people, when they come, they might not see the guitars in this room. Maybe they'll see it in another room. Everything is changing every single day. All of your memorabilia, all of your items here. So something to see. You have people that come maybe once every 3 weeks or something. You were saying pay the $15 to come in, which is nothing, to do a treasure hunt and stuff. Now we're coming into this room. What's the significance with
This
this?
room is called the International Room, and when she traveled with her best friend, Elaine Steele, who is the president of the Rosa Parks Institute in Detroit. And so the two of them would have this wonderful time together, feel relaxed, and I would have the honor of speaking to them. And I didn't know who she was for 3 years. I just knew
Whoa.
her as Mrs. Rosa Parks because she was very proper, but I was a very bad student. So that
We
3 years later, I was told who she was, and I don't think we would have been as close if I had known. I would have been scared of her or thought she was too important.
What an incredible story. We want to continue that, which we hopefully will be able to. But right now, we do have to send it back to the studio. So, guys, what's going on in there?